Sorry, I got a little heavier. So we're gonna be talking about measuring weight today. So yeah, let's take a look at that.
Measuring weight. So, many of these you've already heard of before: ounces, pounds, tons. Actually, that's pretty much it. We have other ways to measure weights depending on what it is that we're looking at. You have how much a mineral may weigh, has its own units. There are tons of different ones, but if you can understand the basics, or the ones we use most often, you'll be able to understand everything else. All right, so let's get started. So we see that 16 ounces equals 1 pound. If you have seen the capacity video, then you know that I referenced to how 16 ounces, fluid ounces, is 1 pint. And a lot of times people call a pint a liquid pound, just because of the relationship between 16 ounces in those measurements. I also told you that when I actually weighed 16 ounces of a liquid, it came out to be 15.75 ounces every single time. But that's a whole other thing. Weight also is not to be confused with mass, and I want to make sure that that is very clear. Some books will tell you that, hey, your weight is your mass. We can find out your mass based on your weight very easily. Weight is a force due to gravity that is going to be based off your mass and the acceleration due to gravity of where you are. That's the whole physics thing. You can go look up things on that if you want to, but it just irritates me when people say they're the same thing, because they're not. If I go from one point on Earth, and if I go up, change my elevation at any point, or if I go closer to the center of Earth, my weight is going to change. Every time I jump in the air, my weight changes. If I'm on an elevator, my weight changes. Just how it is, because the acceleration that I'm moving is changing. So, with all that to the side, don't call it mass. Yeah. So we have ounces, pounds. We also have that 2,000 pounds that's called a ton. Many of you know that. You've been taught that your whole life. That's still true. Generally speaking, we call that a short ton. Short ton, because a long ton, or what had the name of ton originally, is 2,240 pounds. It's also called a gross, because that's pretty gross if something was that big. Just is. So something weighing 2,240 pounds, it would be gross. So just use that to help remember that. If it was 2,000 pounds, you'd be like, that's a ton, because it is. Once you get over a ton, you get 2,240. That's pretty gross. Okay. So those are our measurements of weights that you need to be familiar with and make sure you know. A gross is also called a long ton, because it's just a little bit longer than what we call a ton. Pretty simple. All right, 16 ounces equals 1 pound. 2,000 pounds equals 1 ton, or a short ton. 2,240 pounds equals one gross, or a long ton. Now let's look at some conversions with this, shall we? Okay. Let's say that this truck is going to carry some concrete, and it says, hey, I only can hold 3 gross of that. And you're pouring out concrete based off pounds. So you don't know how many gross it is. Well, let's find out how much it can hold based on how many pounds it can hold. In fact, let's not even say you're pouring out pounds. Let's say you're pouring out 6 pound slabs. How about that? So we have 6 pounds, a 6 pound slab, or 6 pounds of concrete is going to equal one slab. So we want to see how many slabs we can hold, shall we? All right, this truck can only hold 3 gross. So it can hold 3 gross. And we're going to do our dimensional analysis again. 3 gross, let's change that to how many pounds? Well, we know that 1 gross is 2,240 pounds. So 1 gross is 2,240 pounds. Okay. But once we have pounds, we know that 6 pounds is going to be one slab. And at the end of the day, we want to know how many slabs can this truck can hold. Because let's say you have a certain number of slabs, you need to know if you order one truck or 2 trucks to get the stuff there quickly. Or maybe if you just order one truck, is it going to be able to get everything there, come back and pick up another load? What's going to be cheaper? But to do that, you need to figure out how many slabs can fit on a truck. All right. So our dimensional analysis is all set up. The grosses will cancel, our pounds will cancel, and our answer will be left in the units of slabs. Yes, I made up a unit of measurement called a slab. I can do that because I set up a conversion factor here for you to use. All right. So if we do 3 times 2,240, how can I do that? Very simply. Well, 22 times 3 will give me 66. 3 times 40 will give me 120. So it'll be at 6,720. Okay, if you use your calculator, you can do that. That's fine. All right, so 6,720. Now we're going to divide that number by 6. Well, how many times does 6 go into 6,000? Be one time. And then how many times does 6 go into 7? Again, be one time. And then we left over with 1. How many times does 6 go into 12? 2, and there's 0 at the end. So our truck can hold 1,120 slabs. Pretty good. Good job. All right, so I know then that, hey, I only have 1,000 slabs, so I'm good to go with this truck. It'll be able to hold my stuff. Or I have 2,000 slabs. I need to get 2 trucks, either the one going and coming back or whatever. But I have that conversion, and I always have it now because I did it that one time. I never have to look this up again. I can just say, now I can write a new conversion factor that one truck equals 1,120 slabs. So that way I always know that anytime I have one truck, that's how many it is. You can always keep these in notes. If you're in construction at work, you might want to keep this in an Excel file so you don't have to go back and do that conversion later. Excel can do the conversion for you. There are tons of different things that you can do with this and keep in mind. All right. I will see you soon. Fun project for yourself. Figure out how many tons you weigh. It's like, when people joke around, it's like, oh, you weigh a ton. Like, no, I weigh a fraction of a ton. I actually know what fraction that is.